Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey reporting for WKYT, and this just into our newsroom. Lexington police have made an arrest in the city's latest murder.
20-year-old Felix Rodriguez is charged with murder in the shooting death of 23-year-old Alejandro Dominguez Hernandez. His body was found inside a car on Johnston Road Monday night. Police say Hernandez was shot several times. State police assisted Lexington police in arresting Rodriguez.
Well, a man dies after being shot, and police say his father is the one who pulled the trigger.
The shooting happened at the home on Sugar Hollow Road in Estill County. It was around 10:30 last night. So far, no charges have been filed. WKYT's Sam Smith is tracking the investigation in our top story at 12:30. Sam?
State police say this investigation is ongoing. They say the shooting happened around 10:30 last night. They were called to a home on Sugar Hollow Road in Estill County. It was at that home police say a father shot his son. Police say 47-year-old Millard E. Dixon was shot by his elderly father. Police say Dixon was taken to the hospital, where he later died. Police say Dixon's father has not been charged in this case because it's unclear at this stage of the investigation what happened leading up to the shooting. Police do say Dixon and his dad were involved in some type of altercation before the shooting. It'll be up to a grand jury to decide whether or not Dixon's father is charged. In Estill County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And police have not said how many times Dixon was shot. There are new details about a bar fight that reportedly involved an EKU football player. It happened early Sunday morning at Jersey's Lounge and Dance Club in Richmond. Today, Richmond police gave us more details about what happened. They say the victim reported 3 or 4 men grabbed him and began hitting him in the head. He says he lost consciousness and 2 women helped him walk back to the EKU campus. School officials say they're looking into a report of an assault at Telford Hall around the same time and whether the 2 incidents are related. Richmond police told us yesterday the fight involved football players of 2 different teams. They would not say which teams. Our news partners at the Herald Leader report the injured player is EKU offensive lineman Colton Scurry. The newspaper reports Scurry's father told them he has a broken nose and facial fractures.
Well, a man charged in a deadly crash appeared before a judge today. 26-year-old Caleb Aldridge is charged with murder, assault, and DUI for the New Year's Day crash in Madison County. Police say he lost control and hit a tree, throwing him and the victims from the car. That crash killed Chelsea Harnack and seriously injured Amber Heller. During today's hearing, a judge appointed Aldridge a public defender. He remains in jail on a $500,000 cash bond. A Boyle County grand jury has indicted a teenager in a deadly crash. The Advocate Messenger reporting that 19-year-old Jacob Smith is charged with manslaughter for the crash last June. Police say Smith missed a curve on Scrubgrass Road, hit a tree, and crashed into a creek. That crash killed Emily Snow. Police say speed and alcohol played a role. A month after the crash, police charged 40-year-old Allison Nicole Grigsby with buying beer for Smith just before the wreck.
State police are asking for help finding a missing teen. 17-year-old Harley Bussell hasn't been seen since her father dropped her off at Madison Southern High School on January 20th. State police say Bussell left the school with an unknown person. She was last seen wearing a black jacket and red tennis shoes. A man accused of trying to hire a hitman and threatening a Commonwealth's attorney is back in jail. Williamsburg police arrested Tristan Hall on Monday. The News Journal reports he sent harassing messages to his ex-girlfriend, Crystal Reeves. She and Hall are both charged with making threatening calls to the Commonwealth's attorney's office. Hall is also charged with using topics to find a hitman to kill another woman.
A scary incident this morning for a Rumpke garbage collector. Police were called out after a worker had a run-in with a person who lives at West Meth Place in Lexington. A statement from Rumpke says the garbage collector was verbally assaulted by a man alluding to a gun. Police did respond. They talked to the homeowner. At this time, though, no charges are being filed. Rumpke representatives say they are still looking into the incident.
Well, a record number of flyers passed through Bluegrass Airport last year. The number topped 1.2 million people, the most ever for the airport. The previous record was set in 2004. The airport also saw a 9.5% increase in passengers from last year.
All right, a credible accomplishment there. Well, U.S. Attorney Loretta Lynch is seeking to become the first African-American woman to become U.S. Attorney General. But first, she has to get Senate confirmation. Craig Boswell has more on her first day of confirmation hearings from Capitol Hill.
Loretta Lynch is President Obama's pick to be the next Attorney General, and she settled in for a grilling before the new Republican-controlled Congress.
I, for one, need to be persuaded that she will be an independent Attorney General.
The GOP says the Justice Department has been too political under Eric Holder's tenure. He's stepping down after 6 years in the post.
The Attorney General's job is to represent the American people, not just the president, not just the executive branch.
Senators plan to cover a lot of ground as they plan to quiz Lynch about civil rights, national security, and the president's recent executive action on immigration, protecting millions of undocumented workers from deportation.
For her part, Lynch says she wants to work with Congress and says she believes they all share the same goal, to serve the American people.
I look forward to fostering a new and improved relationship with this committee, the United States Senate, and the entire United States Congress. A relationship based on mutual respect and constitutional balance.
Lynch also says she wants to mend relationships between police and minority communities and aggressively pursue cyber criminals. Lynch has served in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn for the last 16 years and has already won Senate confirmation twice. Greg Boswell, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, Lynch needs 51 votes to win approval, but any senator can put a hold on her nomination process for any reason.
Governor Steve Beshear is headed to Europe later this week. He leaves for Germany on Saturday. He's scheduled to speak at a symposium there discussing Kentucky's role in the global auto industry. He'll also visit Sweden. The goal is to promote Kentucky to potential new businesses. Well, there are new concerns about children and sugary drinks and how weight change may be linked to bone fractures.
Ebony Williams has details on those stories and more in this Better Living Report.
Both gaining weight and losing weight can lead to a higher risk of bone fracture for women after menopause. A study in the British Medical Journal found weight changes of 5% or more were what made the difference. Researchers say the findings throw doubt on the traditional view that weight gain protects against fractures. New research shows women with a common hormone disorder are at increased risk for chronic health conditions. Australian researchers looked at 2,400 women with polycystic ovary syndrome, which is the leading cause of infertility. They found those women were at higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, mental health conditions, and certain cancers. And girls who drink a lot of sugary drinks tend to start their menstrual periods earlier than those who don't. Researchers at the Harvard Medical School found that girls who drank 1.5 sugary drinks a day started their periods almost 3 months earlier than girls who had no more than 2 sugary drinks a week. The study says the findings are significant because earlier periods may be linked to a higher risk of breast cancer later in life. Those are some of the day's top medical stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
It's good to have you along on WKYT News. We have much more coming up. Snowflakes and sweethearts. Georgetown Church is holding its winter gala and how you can be a part of it coming up.
Also, we're talking wings, tips for the perfect Super Bowl party.
And not only planning that party with food, but also a big storm system headed our way later on this weekend. Before we get to that one, we're going to see one for tomorrow. So this blue sky you see outside, enjoy it while it lasts. I'll have your forecast up in about 3 minutes.